Hey guys, my name is Summer McCoy, and for week 2 I will be going over the expectations violation theory by Judy Burgum, and this is for week 2. So, this theory is one that can tell apart the negative and positive violations. While it is considered an interpersonal theory, this theory also makes an unreasonable claim that the violations of the expectations can be preferred more than the confirmations. Starting with the basics, EBT was originally created to gain information on the proxemics violations during group and personal interaction. Expectancy violations theory is also known as EBT per Griffin 2012. This provides a basic undertaking that people have specific criteria about the verbal and nonverbal behavior of other people. What this theory really does is take a closer look at the different expectations to see what would happen when these two behaviors are violated. Personal space is the invisible variable volume of space surrounding an individual that defines that individual's preferred distance from others, Griffin 2012. Burgum broke it down to help us realize that our own space is dependable on individual preferences and the cultural norms. But the space can be compromised in conflict about the needs of privacy and affiliation. Griffin 2012. Edward Hall, 1959, per onlinelibrarywiley.com, came up with the proxemics per Griffin 2012 is a study of people's use of space as a special elaborator of culture. So slide number 2 talks about the elegant theory. It states that arousal is a heightened state of awareness, orientating response, or mental alertness that stimulates a review of the relationship. Griffin 2012 states that this theory allows someone to focus more on the source of the behavior rather than the actual behavior itself. Arousal can be classified as physical or cognitive. The physical meaning is that it is moving far away from the violation source, and for the cognitive meaning, it created awareness of the violation, per Griffin 2012. Slide number 3 talks about the core concepts in this theory. The first concept is expectancy, per Griffin 2012. It is what people predict will happen rather than what they desire. There are 3 smaller concepts inside of the one: context, relationship factors, and communicator characteristics. Context starts with a cultural norm. Relationship factors make up similarities, liking, familiarity, and relative status. Lastly is the communicator characteristics, which can make up age, sex, demographic facts, and personal features that can affect the expectations. All 3 of these are per Griffin 2012 that can be interpreted on how favorable these violations really are, a lower or high value. The second concept is violation balance. This takes the positive and negative assessment of behaviors that are unexpected, regardless of who the violator is, Griffin 2012. A good description that Burgum in Griffin 2012 gave was if the balance is negative, do less than expected. If the balance is positive, go further. The last key concept is communicator reward balance. This concept per Griffin 2012 states that the sum of positive and negative attributes brought to the encounter plus the people have potential to reward or punish in the future. This really means that people in the balance stray further away from the behavior that's expected, but the reward value is based on the evaluation of the behavior. So the reward can be high or low depending on whether it is positive or negative. The last importance of this theory is the critique of expectancy violation. Scope and boundaries is something, per onlinelibrarywiley.com, that entails a variety of the different behaviors, but it is originally grounded in the notion of someone's personal space. The clarity of this is that the concepts may be a little difficult to determine in terms of test, ability, and measurement. Overall, this theory's assumptions lead to a scientific approach to study communications. It has a practical value in society and having learned expectancies, all while being driven by human interaction.